Hey guys, we are in the basement and today we're going to do a tech episode. That's right, we're going to learn how to do stuff. And today I'm going to show you guys how I discharge an arcade monitor. Now you see my Moon Patrol over here has been giving me some trouble. The monitor is acting really flaky. It keeps turning red and all this stuff. So I'm going to pull it out, replace some parts, and reflow some solder. But before I do any of that stuff, I need to discharge this monitor because I don't want to kill myself. You know, when you turn these games off, the monitors actually hold a charge, and you need to basically take that charge to ground. Anyway, I tell you what, why don't I pull the game out, and let me show you guys how to discharge an arcade monitor. Alright, I have pulled the game out here using my little cart. Now, let's go back here and I'll show you guys kind of the monitor and what it's all about. Now, you gotta remember something though, and seriously, this thing can hurt you badly, this monitor, so don't be stupid about this when you're working on these monitors. You probably should wear rubber-soled shoes. You know, you don't want to be doing this in the rain or in a puddle. So what I just did there is I unplugged the game, and I always do that first. Now there's two schools of thought here. Some guys say to leave the game plugged in but turn it off. That way you're sending the voltage to ground through the power cord. I always unplug the game, and for a couple reasons too. When you unplug the game, you're sure the monitor is turned off. These games have been hacked to death throughout the years, and they might have hooked the monitor to the service outlet or something on the bottom, and even though the game is turned off, the monitor could still be on. And if it's on, that's kind of bad news. So just be smart about all of this. Okay, so here is the monitor. And what we need to do to discharge the monitor is we need to, up here is the anode, this little suction cup here. And inside the tube is, the voltage is still in there. It's holding some of the voltage. And we need to get it out, and we're going to get it out through right there. And what we're basically, the principal idea here is we're going to send the voltage to ground, which is basically kind of emptying the monitor of voltage. Yes, I'm not an electrical engineer, so this is my layman explanation of it. So what we have back here is, just so you're familiar with the parts, this is the flyback, and the flyback, it goes, if you're unsure where the anode is, find the flyback and then follow the wire that comes out of the flyback and it goes right to the anode, which is up there. Now, how do we discharge it? First things first, don't put your hand on that thing. That's where the voltage is. Stay away from that. What we're going to use is a screwdriver with a wire on it, as this is going to be our discharging tool. Now, I made this. I had this really long screwdriver that my dad gave me some time ago, and I figured this would be a great thing to use as a discharging tool. And what I did is I went to Radio Shack and I got some pretty heavy gauge wire, and on one end of the wire I installed an alligator clip right here. And I put some electrical tape over the connection. I soldered it onto there. And then on the other end here, I stripped the wire and I wrapped it around the metal part of the screwdriver so it's making contact. So I stripped the wire and I wrapped it around the metal part of the screwdriver, and then I soldered it onto the screwdriver. I think I soldered it, I don't remember. But it's on here really good. And I'm pretty sure I soldered it. I might not have, I don't remember. But I wrapped it around here enough so that's making contact with the metal. And basically what we're doing here is when we touch the anode, the voltage is going to go up the screwdriver, down this wire, and it's going to go to the chassis, which we're going to connect this to. Now, after I put the wire on here, just to be kind of safe, and now this was a plastic handled screwdriver, but just to be extra cautious, I wrapped the part where I'm going to be having my hand holding it with electrical tape. So I wrapped the whole thing with electrical tape all around because my hand's going to be on this, and I don't want to be touching any of the metal because I will get shocked. Remember that. You want to be touching something that is not conductive. And this plastic handled screwdriver, and you want to hold it on the plastic and on the electrical tape that you added. So what we want to do now is take our alligator clip, and I'm going to hook it to the side of the monitor frame here, okay? And you want to make sure you have a nice connection, because remember, we're going to be sending the voltage down the screwdriver, down this wire, and to the frame, okay? Now, the next thing you got to do is you want to take your screwdriver right here, and we're going to put it underneath this suction cup, the anode cup, and we're gonna make contact with the piece of metal in there, and it's gonna discharge. Then it's gonna send that charge, like I said, down the screwdriver, down the wire, and to the frame. Now, when we do this, we don't want to touch the frame. We don't want to touch anything. So what I always do is I take the hand that's not holding the screwdriver and I put it in my pocket. Okay, you don't want that hand anywhere else. You only want your hand on this screwdriver, and you just, so here we go. And you might hear a snap when we do this. So we're gonna go under the suction cup, and we're gonna, did you hear that? That little snap? That was the voltage coming out. Now, we just discharged it. Now there could still be some voltage in here, so we can wait a few seconds and do it again if we're really worried. So I always do it once, to be honest, but if you're really worried about it and scared, you might want to wait a little longer and just try it again. All right, I'm hitting metal, okay? That's what you want. You want to hit metal. Okay, so now I need to get this off because I want to remove this monitor chassis so I can work on it. Okay, so I'm gonna take my screwdriver, and normally I would actually, there you go. Now we've just popped it off, okay? And sometimes I'll use my hand, but I always make sure my hand is on the rubber part. You know, that's up to you. If you get electrocuted, it's not my fault. You just got to be really smart about this, okay? So that's the hole there. That's where the voltage came out of. We made contact with the metal that's inside here, right there. See, that's how it connects to the glass up there. And so it is discharged. And we can go like this again just to make sure we got it all. And what I usually do when I go to put the anode cup back on, I will actually come up here and do this just to make sure there's nothing in there when I'm putting it back on. And I'm just going to show you why I have it off, the reverse of how you get this on. You see here, there's two little like little legs there that stick out. Do you see that? And to get this back on, we're gonna go like this, and we're gonna just kind of hook those legs onto the hole like that. And one goes on one side, one goes on the other of the rim of that hole. Okay, and it's back on. Right? That's how you get it back on when you need to put it back on. So, all right, so let me get it back off now, because I need to pull this monitor chassis. Okay, so we've got it off, and now I need to get the chassis off so I can work on it. Now, what you need to do is you need to remove the neckboard, which is this thing right here. This is attached to the tube, okay, and it's attached with pins, kind of like an old vacuum tube, which this is. So I'm just going to rock this back and forth gently. Okay, and you don't want to be too rough with this. You want to really kind of take your time and just rock it back and forth. And there you go. The neckboard is off. Okay, you can see the pins. Now I need to disconnect the rest of the stuff. These two wires right here, which I think are part of the degaussing circuit. So we're going to remove those two wires there. Okay, and we need to remove the wires that go to the yoke, which are these ones right here. I'm just going to pull this off. And if you're worried about putting this back together the right way, I suggest taking photos. There's really no wrong way to put it back together, but if you are worried, take photos. So we've got that one off right there. We need to take this off right here. This is the video feed coming from the PCB right there. So we're gonna just kind of rock that off. Okay, so that's disconnected. And then one other thing, there is a wire here that goes to the neckboard, and this is actually a permanent soldered connection. Sometimes on the neckboard, this will have like a little Molex type connector with a pin and a female connector. This one did not, so I always just retape this. I've worked on this monitor a few times, so this is my duct tape, electrical tape right here. So let me try to do this get this electrical tape off. Okay, we got it off. So I disconnected that wire that goes from the neckboard. Actually, that actually, I don't know what that part of it. It's something with the degaussing or something. So that's disconnected. So I've basically now disconnected everything. And so now actually I did not. I did not disconnect the power connection, which is down here. Now this particular monitor is a Wells Gardner 4900, and it's pretty easy to get out. If this was a Sanyo 20EZ like in a Nintendo monitor, not easy to get out. That monitor, I usually pull the monitor out of the game and put it on my desk to get the chassis off. That's not really the case with this one. So there's only 2 screws holding it on. And so after you've made all your disconnections, you got to remove these 2 screws on the side. Get the other one here. And I don't really have the right bit for this. Let me see how loose that is. Alright, let me go grab a screwdriver. Be right back. Okay, I have the right bit here, and let me, the right nut drivers. So we're going to remove the second screw. And that's it. Now we can just pull the chassis out. And you can see what's left, but there it is. So we have discharged the monitor, we've disconnected all the plugs to the chassis, and now we have the monitor chassis out, and now we can work on it. So there you guys have it. That is how to discharge and remove a monitor chassis from a Wells Gardner 4900 monitor. If you're working on a G07, it's pretty similar the way it comes off. Sanyo 20EZ, which is another popular monitor that's in all the Nintendo games, not quite the same, but the discharging and all that is the same for all monitors, but removing the chassis is a little different. Some of them are like Rubik's Cubes, when you try to take them apart. Anyway, guys, there you have it. Remember, though, when you're doing this, you gotta be smart and be safe. Don't get hurt. Don't get electrocuted, because there's thousands of volts inside that tube, and it can really hurt you. So be smart about it, and there you guys have it. Take care, and don't forget to subscribe to my little channel. Click that subscribe button on the top. And every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern at allgames.com, my podcast is live. Video Game Outsiders. Also check out our website, videogameoutsiders.com. And we'll see you guys next time.